Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, November 22nd, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Minnesota Timberwolves vs New Orleans Pelicans. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been one of the better defensive teams this season, as they are the 12th ranked defense by giving up 105.6 points per game. In their last game against the Memphis Grizzlies, they allowed 95 points on 29 of 83, 34.9% from the floor, 9 of 32, 28.1% from deep, and 35 free throw attempts. They need to limit the number of free throws against them, they will be in a better spot. Our first betting advice is to pick Minnesota Timberwolves. New Orleans is averaging 100.9 points per game. They scored 94 points in their last game, making 39.8% of their field goals and 33.3% of their three-pointers. Jonas Valanciunas led the way for New Orleans with 19 points and 13 rebounds. Najee Marshall finished with 14 points and 6 rebounds, while Brandon Ingram added 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. New Orleans has played well defensively, giving up 109.7 points per game. They gave up 111 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to win this game. Minnesota is averaging 107 points per game. They scored 138 points in their last game, making 53.8% of their field goals and 48.8% of their three-pointers. D'Angelo Russell led the way for Minnesota with 28 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Anthony Edwards finished with 23 points and 2 assists, while Karl Anthony Towns added 21 points and 5 rebounds for the Timberwolves. Minnesota has played well defensively, giving up 105.6 points per game. They gave up 95 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to get the win. Our second betting advice is to pick under 215. Orlando Magic vs Milwaukee Bucks. The Orlando Magic are the 25th ranked defense so far this season, as they are giving up 110.1 points per game. In their game against the Milwaukee Bucks, they allowed 117 points on 37 of 82, 45.1% from the floor, 19 of 40, 47.5% from beyond the arc, and 37 free throw attempts. The Magic need to figure out how to stop sending their opponent to the free throw line if they want to remain competitive in these games. Our first betting advice is to pick Milwaukee Bucks. If Milwaukee can keep buckets coming, they'll be well on their way to outpacing a Magic team averaging only 101.4 points per game. Sure, we can talk about the defensive problems for the Bucks, but most of those issues have occurred on the road. Opposing teams are only averaging 42.1% shooting and 104.8 points when playing at Fiserv Forum. As long as they continue to dominate on the boards and force tough shots for the Magic, they'll be well on their way towards putting another game in the win column. It was absolute dominance in the first meeting, with the Bucks going plus 21 on the boards. The Magic knocked down 19 three-pointers on 51 attempts as well. Milwaukee would take those odds every single time if Orlando is willing to live or die by the three-pointer. If the Magic could clean up their shooting percentages, they'd have a chance to be in more games this season. But then again, it's a young roster void of a lot of scoring talent to keep pace with a team like the Bucks, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday all on the floor at the same time. The Magic had 105.6 possessions in Saturday's meeting with the Bucks. So they had an incredible amount of opportunities to knock down shots. It explains why one of the worst scoring teams in the league still managed to come away with 108 points, despite shooting 39.8% from the floor. Our second betting advice is to pick over. Quick reminder, BetUS is a platform that offers betting on all major sport and horse racing leagues. It has slots, table games, blackjack, and a variety of other casino games. All of the major US leagues are available for betting, including the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and PGA. In addition, BetUS allows wagers on esports, Olympic events, soccer, cricket, boxing, cycling, and many more competitions. Join BetUS now using our link down below and get 125% cashback bonus on your first deposit on the sportsbook after you open an account and deposit using our link and use our promo code HIGHSTAKES. Indiana Pacers vs Chicago Bulls. Indiana also had 11 steals, 9 blocked shots, and turned New Orleans over 16 times. Domantas Sabonis filled up the stat sheet with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists and 2 steals. Justin Holiday added 17 points, while Malcolm Brogdon tossed in 16 points and dished out 4 assists. Miles Turner had 11 points and 9 rebounds. Indiana is still playing without TJ Warren, who is due back at the end of December. The Pacers are 17th in points per game and 18th in points allowed. The Bulls are tied with Brooklyn for the best record in the conference. DeMar DeRozan led the Bulls with 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Zach Lavin added 21 points and 6 rebounds, while Kobe White had his best game since coming off the injury list with 14 points. Lonzo Ball added 11 points for Chicago. The Bulls will play once again without center Nikola Vucevic, who is out for Monday with an illness. The Bulls are 11th in points per game and 8th in points allowed. Our first betting advice is to pick Chicago Bulls. The Pacers might not be the most explosive team, but they're clearly doing work inside the arc with the team averaging the 4th highest two-point shooting percentage. Not having a rim protector like Vucevic in the paint area could prove problematic in this game. But unlike the Pacers, the Bulls actually have the offensive firepower to overcome those shortcomings. Lavin and DeRozan have been one of the most lethal combos on the court all season. However, Indiana is no pushover on the defensive end of the floor. They've held 3 of their last 4 opponents to under 100 points. Road games have been an absolute nightmare for the Pacers. Just when you think the Pacers might get something going, they stumble and fall. After a rough start, they got hot earlier this month and climbed back close to .500, only to drop 3 straight. On Saturday, they ended that 3-game losing streak with a win over the Pelicans to improve to 7-11. It was against one of the worst teams in the league, but still, a win is a win. The Pacers shot 46.2% from the floor and held the Pelicans to 39% shooting. They have a 2-9 record when playing away from home this season, and they're also currently on a 3-game road losing streak. Nothing good has come from being on that long stretch of highway, away from their home building. They recently returned home and handed the New Orleans Pelicans a 111-94 loss. It was certainly home sweet home for a Pacers team that forced 16 turnovers and shot 14 of 38 from three-pointer. Our second betting advice is to pick under 210.5.